Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Friday night. We got my main man over here, Mr. NC Relic Hunter himself, Mr. Michael Coley. What is going on, Michael? Did you see those fireworks go off behind me?
What's going on? It's like it's double talking.
I don't know. You must have on something somewhere else. We're good. Is everybody else hearing me? Everybody hear me? Let me know. Yes, no, everybody good. It's Friday night. We're here. Hello,
It's like
everyone.
a delay in it on my side.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with you, Michael. It sounds good on my end. Hopefully, it's good on everybody else's end. Waiting to hear from people. Sounds good here. That's what everybody's saying. All right. Well, welcome to Friday night. We are so excited to be here with you guys. It's been a long week, and we've had a lot of stuff going on this week. Michael's had a lot of stuff going on, and we're glad to be back in the saddle, talking metal, just chatting with you guys, hanging out, and having a great and fantastic time tonight. Thank you guys for joining in. We appreciate each and every one of you being with us tonight. Michael, you got anything you want to say to start the show?
No, I got that figured out. I had two YouTube pages, so I actually
Yeah,
had it pulled up on YouTube and StreamYard. So that's why I was doing that.
I
So,
know how you are, Michael. I
yeah,
know. I know how you
it's
roll.
Friday.
It's Friday. We got to get you going, and we will. And we appreciate every single one of you being with us tonight. Let's do our shout outs as always, Michael. We got Mr. Old P-Line in the house. Great supporter of the channel. Always leaves good comments for us. We appreciate Old P-Line. We got Mr. Johnny Rum in here. Appreciate Johnny being in here with us tonight. Always here. Really appreciate his support. This is the best metal detecting group on YouTube, hands down. No questions asked. Everybody on here is just so knowledgeable and has so much information to share, and we appreciate that from all of our viewers, subscribers, and members. Michael, we appreciate all of that. We got Mr. Sniff It Out. He says, hey guys, I'm ready. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Sniff It Out. We got Mr. Digging Daryl in here. Glad to have Daryl always. Super excited to have him with us. Mr. Tesh Ridge Digger is in the house. Glad to have Tesh Ridge Digger with us. We got Mr. Damian Thorne. He's got a big smile on his face. Hopefully, Damian will be here the whole time with us. We might even have some giveaways, and Aggie's not here, so maybe, just maybe, Damian might could win one of those tonight. Let's see what happens. See if he sticks around. All right, we got Mr. Brian Thomas. Glad to have Brian with us. Appreciate you being with us tonight, Brian. We've got CZ Digger in the house. Appreciate CZ Digger being here. Always a great supporter of the channel. Mr. Chris, always a wonderful supporter of our channel and our content. We appreciate him. We've got Mr. Workman's Adventure. He says, good evening, everyone. Always glad to have Workman's Adventure here with us tonight. We've got Detect Meister all the way from Ireland. He's always here. Doesn't matter that it's late over there. He's tuning in, and we appreciate that so much. That really means a lot to us. We have Mr. Don't Tread on Me Metal Detecting, who has shared some of his unbelievable, fantastic finds, Michael.
He finds some awesome stuff.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to show those things. So we appreciate him sharing those with us and being with us tonight. Mr. Ferris Grump is in the house. Glad to have Ferris Grump. Again, great supporter of the channel, great member of the channel. We appreciate him so much. Mr. Buzzsaw is in here with us. Glad to have Buzzsaw in the house. Thank you, Buzzsaw, for joining up with us tonight. We got Mr. Trevor Van Horn always here with us. We appreciate that so much, Trevor. Glad you're here with us joining in. Mr. Ricky Bennett, good evening, everyone. He says, happy Friday night to you, Ricky. We appreciate you so much. Digging Up New York says, hello, everyone. Glad to have you here from New York. Appreciate you joining in tonight with us. We got Mr. Richard Pelkey in here with us tonight. He's up in Vermont. He says the snow's gone. It's warming up. Time to start swinging. I think all of us are feeling that way, right, Mike? Ready to get going. And I hope this weather's going to cooperate as we go through this spring. But we know what's going to happen here. It's going to start warming up and it's going to get really hot.
Well, we've been dealing with rain here lately.
Yes. Yes. And we've got LMS metal detecting. We had Mr. Mike Heil on here with us last Friday night. He's here with us tonight. Don't forget to support Mike. Mike is a great supporter of our channel and a wonderful person to deal with.
Very knowledgeable.
Yes, we're gonna share his stuff in just a second and some of the things that he's got going on right now too. So stay tuned for that as well. We've got Mr. Kerry Pope in here. Glad to have Kerry. Appreciate you being here with us tonight, Kerry. We got Johnny Rum. And let's see, Mr. Greeny Meanie is in the house. Glad to have Greeny Meanie. And we appreciate him. We got Mr. Keegan with us. Keegan, always wonderful supporter of the channel as well. And always leaves great comments on the videos. We got our main man, Mr. Surfside Dan, who you saw in my latest video on my latest hunt. And Dan and I had a wonderful time together and had a wonderful time with Dan this past weekend. And it was just tons and tons of fun. Him and Mike together, it was a lot of fun. We enjoyed ourselves on that fantastic permission that Dan has and Mike has, and we appreciate them bringing us along for that adventure. Then we got Brun Free all the way from Australia, the land down under, Michael. And
I think that's a first, isn't it? I don't
well,
know.
she's been on here before.
Oh, has she? Okay.
Yeah, she has, and she always watches our stuff, leaves great comments. She finds some really crazy things down there in Australia. I don't know what half of them are. She sort of has to explain all that, but she does a great job down there in Australia. We appreciate her being with us tonight as well, all the way from the land down under. You remember that Men at Work song?
I do remember that.
Yeah, you remember? Do you come from a land down under? You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember.
Anyway, we're glad to have her with us tonight, and we're going to get rocking and rolling with some metal detecting talk. And go check out Brun Free's channel too. She's got a great, fantastic channel, and you can see some interesting things found down there in Australia. So we've got some great talk tonight, Michael. Before we start with our talk, let's do a little find sharing. So we said Don't Tread on Me's on here tonight, and he shared some unbelievable finds with us, Michael. So I want to bring those up on the screen. We're going to go through these finds, and Michael, you're going to be blown away by these. I think you sort of saw a few of these before the show started, but the first one, he says it's a Massachusetts state button.
Yeah.
That is a
nice
beauty. Oh my gosh, it's a beauty. And we wanted to share that with him, with everybody as well. And he shared that with us. And that is a beautiful, beautiful design on that button. And I would love to find that. Wouldn't you, Mike?
I sure would. That's a beautiful button. A lot of detail on that button.
Oh, yeah. And it came out unbelievable. Mm-hmm. And he was real excited to share that with me. The other one that he shared was, check this one out, Michael. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, that looks similar to something I found.
Well, that is a beauty. And you notice it says US on the back. And if you don't know this, Michael just dug one of these the other day. Well, not the other day, but a couple of months ago, a Nova constellation. So look at the front of this coin. Is that not a beauty or what? And I love that coin. And Don't Tread on Me shared that with us. Remember the Nova constellation, one of the earliest coins ever minted by the U.S. government. I believe it's 1785, if I'm not mistaken. But very, very early coin, and just a beauty. And Don't Tread on Me, congratulations. Both of those are just phenomenal finds, and we wanted to share that with everyone. And he said it was okay for me to share it, and so we decided we would do that. So we're starting off our night with some beautiful finds, Michael. And we know what that coin looks like, don't we, buddy?
Yeah, we sure do. The
Yeah.
one I dug, it didn't have the script
No,
US on the back. It was
no,
just
it didn't. But yours was a beauty too, brother. No
yeah.
question about it. And this is what I dug this weekend. Me and Surfside Dan and LMS Metal Detecting, and I walked away with a 5 cent shield nickel, Michael. Check that shield nickel out.
That's
And
something I've never found. I told you that the other day. I
right,
found
and I don't know. I guess I got a horseshoe because for some reason I can find these things. And this one was on a site that Dan and those guys have been hunting for the last 4 years, and we dug this beautiful shield nickel in phenomenal shape. I just could not believe the shape of this, and you guys can see that dirt. That dirt is just pure. I mean, it really is. It's nothing but sand almost.
yeah.
And we dug a beautiful, beautiful shield nickel. And I was super excited because you know that I said, you know, when I was going out there, man, there's probably not going to be a ton of stuff out there. And we dug that the last half of the day and walked away with this beautiful shield nickel. And the back is in really good shape too. I don't think I did the picture of the back, but the back is beautiful. It's an 1867 shield nickel, by the way, and just a beautiful, beautiful coin. The other find that we had was one that we were not expecting either. This is about a $half size, and this is a sportsman's button from the 1850s, which I dug right not only about maybe 5-10 feet from that shield nickel. And again, this side has been hit really, really, really hard. And Mike and Dan can attest to that.
Got the
And
old hound dog on there, don't you?
yeah, and it's got a beautiful dog on the front. And
Yeah.
it's just in phenomenal shape. I love digging these because, again, this was the big size button, so it definitely went on a coat of some sort. Yeah, Dan said he was crying. He thought for sure I dug like a George Washington inaugural or something when he saw that one. That really sort of just his eyes were big as saucers. But man, we had an unbelievable time hunting together, and that sportsman's button was just a really, really nice button. Don't tread on me says between a couple of foundation rocks, the day is too locked in. It was a hammered cellar. Went back and only found like one other button. Yeah, but that's the way it goes sometimes. You know,
Yeah.
you go to these places and you can walk out of there with one spectacular find, or you might not walk out of there with anything. That's just the way it goes. Greeny Meanie says he likes the sportsman's button. Thank you so much, Greeny Meanie. And yes, it was a sweet, sweet button. And for it to still be laying in there was just phenomenal. I was using the MindLab Manicore, and if you guys go back and watch my latest video, you'll see me actually dig this button. And the Manicore really locked in on both of these. Now, this one, though, I will say this: it was a little bit shaky at first, Michael. And I told Dan when I was digging, I said, "This is sort of a weird." I mean, it was bouncing around all over the place, but I really believe it was really mixed with a lot of iron, and so I think that's why I ended up settling in on this one and actually digging that button. And you guys know I've been publishing a lot of finds on our community post on YouTube. If you're a member of my Facebook or Instagram, then you've probably seen some of those finds. Now, some of those finds are within the last year or the last couple of years. So I don't want y'all to think, hey, he's just on a tear right now. But I did wanted to share a lot of those finds as they're just finds that you just don't see that often in some cases.
Right.
So again, wanted to share that with everyone. So again, great day with Dan and Mike Heil of LMS Metal Detecting. I appreciate those guys having me out and hunting with those guys. Those guys are phenomenal and good friends of mine, and I really appreciate them so much for allowing me to be on that hunt with them. So let's take that down, Michael. So, Michael, what's been going on with you, real quick, before we get going with all this other stuff?
Um, Working. Like I said, we've been getting a lot of rain here. I'm gonna go turkey hunting in the morning.
Oh,
So
so you're going turkey hunting? All
yeah.
right. Okay. All right.
Hopefully, if the weather cooperates.
If it cooperates, yeah. So let's before we dive into all the other stuff, Michael, I think it's time to share Michael's tip of the week. Everybody ready for the tip of the week? Michael's tip of the week. And hopefully they are, because that's what we're getting ready to do. Are you ready, Michael, for the tip of the week?
I guess so.
It's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How long did it take you to think of that one?
I don't.
Brian Thomas says he's ready. I'm ready. I think we're all ready for Michael's famous tip of the week. And here we go. Michael's tip of the week.
History.
All right, let me
Hey
rewind it.
guys, I just wanted to hop on here and give my tip of the week. My tip of the week is if you go to get permission at a homeowner's house or their property, you just want to be polite. Tell them what you want to do there, that you love history. Tell them that you'll respect their property. And if they want to see any of your finds, even if they want to keep any of your finds, offer that to them. And, that goes a long way. Kind of share the history of the property with them, and get them to enjoy the history if you can. And they'll be eager to see what you find and eager for you to come back just to see what you can find on their property. That's kind of my tip this week. Have a great evening, guys.
So there you go, Michael's tip of the week. Michael, you making too much noise while that video is going on. All we could hear is you crunching.
I know. I got a little something in my throat. So.
Surfside Dan says, Michael, I may have some info that you might be interested. Tell Brian to give you my number. Okay. There we go. So Surfside Dan's got something for you. Great tip. While E Detecting says, Michael. And Michael's talking about permissions. And again, you can try it all kinds of ways. Our buddy, the History Digger, he sends out mailings and stuff to people. Michael and I are used to knocking on doors. And again, be honest with the folks. That's the main thing right there. Right. If they think you're trying to take something from them, then more than likely they're not going to be willing to let you in. And Michael, that was a great tip. And again, we've gone through a whole bunch of scenarios, and we'll get some no's, but we'll get some yeses too. And if you have like a little, like a little booklet or some pictures or things that you can show them that you're looking for, that you like to find, why you're doing it, what the history is of the area. Those people love when you go with that sort of information. When you start to ask to metal detect. And I think all of those things help. And Michael's exactly right. We're also going to put Michael's tip of the week up on the channel too, on our Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. So you'll see that after we do our live streams as a special part of the channel as well. So we appreciate Michael doing that and sharing his tips. And hopefully that's something that that all of you can appreciate. Damian Thorne says, don't tell them you're an internet celebrity. Michael goes in all the time. He says, look, I'm famous.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, we have a ball with that. So again, we appreciate you guys. Appreciate Michael sharing his tips of the week. So Michael, let's get into the main conversation tonight. So you guys all know that I recently just put up a video or a short or a reel, and basically saying about the price increase that XP was doing on their products due to the tariff. And it was going to be a price increase of 20%. My question tonight is to you guys is, how do you feel about that price increase at this point? 20% on a DS2, 20% on that, possibly on that new coil. We don't know what the price is yet. What are you guys thinking? How are you feeling about announcement by XP. That is my main question tonight: is how do you guys feel about the price increase that was issued? And it was issued mainly because of the tariffs. And we're not trying to get political here at all. We just want to get everybody's feelings about the possibility of price increases that could be coming to our hobby. And I haven't heard anything from Nocta. I did reach out to them, and at the moment, they said they were going to be meeting, and that was pretty much it. I haven't heard anything else from them. MindLab also basically said, "Hey, we're going to be meeting. We're going to be talking about this, and we'll see what we come up with." So anyway, we'll see, but I mean, does this make you want to go out and buy these machines at these higher prices and buy the coils and all the other things that we've been used to paying a lower price for? I want your reaction, your honest reaction, because I think these manufacturers need to know where we're standing as far as the U.S. market goes and what we're going to be looking at. I will say this.
I
Go
like
ahead.
Daredevil's comment there, Brian. He said, if tariffs even the playing field, I'm willing to pay extra. And I agree with that. It should be an even field.
Okay, right. Yeah. Well, and again, I'm not trying to be political here at all. I'm just trying to get a feel for what you guys feel about what's happening, because we could all see price increases for some of these different manufacturers. And again, a lot of it will depend on where they're located at.
Right.
And so, I mean, I know Europe is, they're not real happy about these tariffs. I mean, I know that, but how do you guys feel? Are you willing to pay the 20% more for these products? Are you willing to pay 34% or 30%? I mean, where does it stop? Where does it end? And as consumers here in the United States, what do you guys think is going to happen at this point? That's my question.
Daryl makes a good point there. He said the tariff should help Garrett more competitive on the pricing, and it should,
Right. And don't tread on me, says great opportunity for a U.S. company. Just saying. Could be. Garrett could be the company that emerges out of all of this, just for the simple fact that they don't have this big price increase that maybe some of these other companies are going to tack on to their products. And that's going to be really, really interesting, Michael. And I know a lot of us have been waiting on that HF coil, but we also know too that coil is going to, if nothing changes, and I'm not saying XP is going to stay with this, but if nothing changes, then are you willing to pay a 20% higher price than what you originally probably thought that maybe that coil was going to be? I don't know. And then the other thing is, what's going to happen with Nocta? What's going to happen with MindLab? How are we going to see price increases across the board with everybody? Or are they just going to say, well, we're only being charged 10% now? I mean, I just don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there. And I'm real curious as to what you guys are thinking. Let's see here. Damien says, I'm planning on protesting at my local Deus dealer. Mike, look out. He's going to be coming to you. Greeny Meanie says, I only bought the Manicore because it was on sale. I got another $100 off. So that brings me to another point. And I know that I've said this, and we said this last week. The Manicore right now is on sale for $12.99, which is a phenomenal price. That's $500 less than what it normally is. If you are even thinking about buying a Manicore and you can swing it, I would say get it right now, because you just don't know what's going to happen. And remember, that sale only lasts till April the 30th. And once that is over with, I don't know where it's going after that, is what I'm trying to tell you
So
guys.
give Mike a call at
Yes,
Ellen.
give Mike a call, and Mike's information is scrolling across the bottom, and it's $12.99. If you give him a call and you tell him you saw this information on Southern Relic Adventures, then Mike's going to look after you. I don't know what he'll do, but just give him a call if you are interested in that machine at this point, because again, $12.99 is a great deal on the MindLab Manicore right now. And you guys know Michael loves that machine. I like that machine. I just made a video about it showing you the unmasking capabilities of it. And it unmasked very, very well. Most of the finds that you saw that I made last year, a lot of them were made with the Manicore, and a lot of them were made with the Deus too. But it is a fantastic machine. And if you don't think that machine will unmask an iron, go watch my video. Go watch Michael and I using that machine on those videos. And I think you will be really, really, really impressed. And there's a lot of good selling features to the Manicore. And that is the screen, that is the ease of use, um, just the unbelievable unmasking capabilities. The audio is superb, especially on high conductive targets. You're going to like all of that stuff. Michael, what you want to say? I can tell you want to say something.
Well, I was going to say, Mike, he said he spoke with MindLab today. He said no word of an increase yet for MindLab. So.
Right. But we don't know.
And we don't know. But
that's the thing. After April 30th, who knows what that machine could cost, because they might implement a higher price just because of the tariff thing, and it might work itself out and be done by then. But I don't know that I want to take that. I don't want to take that chance at that point. What do you think, Michael?
Well, I think, if you want to know the truth, I think it'll work itself out. I think XP jumped the gun on that 20% increase. These other companies, they kind of held their ground, and it's just, and it looks like it's gonna, like right now, what are we, 10 and 10%, or some of them want to do 0.
10. So you're looking at a 20%. You're still looking at 20%, because they're both added together. But how much is that going to impact the price of these other companies? We know what
what was it before?
Yeah,
that's the question. You know.
Yeah. So, that's very interesting. The M9 coil is the coil that Michael and I prefer too. So if you have a Manicore and you're thinking about buying that M9 coil, that is a phenomenal coil for that machine. It is a great unmasker. It is super deep. Michael and I have dug targets 12, 13, 14 inches with that coil on that machine. Now, we have very mild neutral soil, but again, a 9-inch coil doing that is crazy. You get crazy depth out of that 9-inch coil. And Mike also has those M9 coils, and you want to get those as well, because again, you don't know what's going to happen after April 30th with a lot of these things. Buzzsaw says he went ahead and bought an M9 coil, which is a very smart move by Buzzsaw. Gary Hull says, hello, I'll listen. Well, we're glad you're listening in, Gary. Brun Free says that's like 2,065 Australian dollars. Good price. It's normally about 2,999. So again, when you compare it to other places, with being only $12.99 here, it's a good deal. And I'm not just saying that. I'm telling you right now, that's a good deal for sure. CZ Digger says that was a very good video. Appreciate that, CZ. Somebody tried to say, well, what happened when you turn on that, it disappears. It does not disappear. And Michael knows that. I know that. I mean, and maybe I should have turned on it just to show everyone, but that target will not disappear. Running it in the Ferris limits that Michael and I have it set up.
If it does disappear, you need to move on.
Yeah, you need to move. Yeah, because there's nothing there. In fact, if I turned on it The reason why I didn't show it is if I turn on it, it actually becomes better, because the down the barrel test that I showed is the hardest test. And Michael knows this. I've tested all of these machines. And when you do that down the barrel with that 2-inch elevated nail, there's a lot of machines that will not touch that target, will they, Michael?
Right. You're absolutely right. It's a hard test.
Yes. MSPAG says, how many distributors will raise their price on machines already in country? Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a dealer on here right now, but as soon as that stock's out that he has, he's going to have to take in new stock. And once that new stock comes in, it's going to be the higher prices. So that's why I'm telling you guys, if you are interested in buying something, you better buy now while those prices are lower, because it looks like that all of these companies are going to have some sort of price increase. And maybe they don't. Maybe MindLab doesn't increase. I don't know. But I don't want to take that chance. If I were somebody that was looking to buy one of these machines, especially one of the higher end machines, because I think that, now's the time to buy it while those prices are still low. And, just my 2 cents. What do you think, Michael?
Yeah, well, the $12.99 right now for the Manicore, I would absolutely take advantage of that, because we may never see that deal again like that,
Right. Brun Free says the 2D screen on the Manicore. And yeah, and that 2D screen, I mean, is it accurate all the time? No. Does it give you something to help and assist? Yes. Are the IDs really stable on that Manicore? Yes, for the most part. If you got a mixed target, then those IDs are going to be slightly skewed. That's just part of it. You guys saw that on my video.
Like any of them. Yeah.
Right. They're all going to be skewed, but I think the Manicore does a great job of that. I like that screen. I really do. I like the screen on the Manicore. And if you look at the screen on the Manicore versus the screen on the Deus 2, it's just, I don't know, it's just not much comparison when it comes to that, is there, Michael?
Right. You're right. There's not.
Right. I think that screen has a lot going for it. And who knows what MindLab is working on for this next machine that possibly they might have coming.
It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, what kind of features is it going to have on it? Is it going to be a new detection technology?
Right. Is it going to be a 3D screen, Michael? What if it's a 3D screen?
Right.
That can really sort of hone in. We're headed that way. I really believe that. I really believe that's where we're heading to. Detect Meister says it's €2,400 euro here in Ireland. That's about $2,700. So you hearing these guys from these other places telling you how expensive that the Manicore is in their areas, more the reason why you might better take advantage of what you got here. But it's a great machine. Also, it would seem the plain that the TP negotiate with these countries individually, so we will see where we'd end up. And they may. We don't really know what's going to happen with the negotiations between these countries and the United States, and how, they sort of level out. And all of it will level out at some point. And you guys know I teach economics, by the way, too. So, I'm very attuned to a lot of this stuff. And again, I just don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen. But I do believe that if you're going to buy a machine right now, you better do it. I mean, if you're even thinking about it, whether it's an XP, whether it's a MindLab Manicore, I'm just singling out the Manicore right now because that price is such a good price already.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm telling you, hey, go ahead and take advantage of that. And if I was looking at an XP machine, I would go ahead and take advantage of that too, because if you don't, the 20% price increase is coming for that machine as soon as that next ship hits the mainland. And then whatever stock that those guys have, once that's gone, then they're going to have to go to that higher price, I believe. And Mike can correct me on that if he's on here, but I don't think that they've increased their price yet until they're out of the stock that they have. I hope that's the case, but I could be wrong. Greeny Meanie says, well, I bought a Manicore, so now the new CTX will come out. I don't know that, and who knows? Who knows when MindLab's going to release another machine? I'm not saying that that's coming anytime soon. I think the Manicore is just a phenomenal machine right now, and you can go and get it right now for $12.99, and that's a great deal. And MindLab does a super job with developing and research and development and so on of these machines. And I don't know. Could there be a CTX? I don't know. I really don't know. I would love to think maybe something would come out within the next year or two. I'm probably thinking next year, if there's going to be anything, possibly, because how old would the Manicore be at that point, Michael? Correct me. What is it? That's been how long? 3 years now? Almost 3 years?
It's probably getting close to 4 years now, and it? Three to 4 years.
Right. So, maybe next year at some point we might see another machine. Right now, I don't think so. But again, MindLab could surprise us. Who knows? Johnny Rum says, how about a LiDAR on a metal detector? That would be cool to do that. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Again, yes, please hit that like button. We're trying to share as much information as we can with you guys to keep you guys up to date on everything metal detecting related, and we appreciate that. Trevor Van Horn says, the XY screen on the DS2 works good too. Just have to beat the learning curve. Manicore took most of that curve out. That's true. And being able to adjust those Ferris limits. There was a lot of customization with the Manicore as well. The audio, you can change the audio, you can change those themes. Michael and I have done that. We tend to run with the normal theme, and we love that, and it works extremely well for us. Brun Free says Manicore has features that help with the decision making to dig or not dig, or do I walk on. Definitely, there are some things there to definitely help you with any of that. So thank you, Brun Free, for sharing that. XP does have a 5-year warranty, and that's a big deal. But 20%, is the 5-year warrant. I don't know. I have no idea. Brian Thomas says, what I love about the Manicore is how it works on the beach. Easy to set up, very quiet, punches really deep. And it does. It punches very deep. So I'm with you, Brian. I believe that as well. Ferris Grump says it was released in 2022. So 3 years, Michael.
3 years. Okay.
Coming up. So, 2022. Greeny Meanie says, I would like to have that salt balance on the Manicore that the DS2 has. And I don't know, they may come up with something to actually do that. So we could see that sometimes in the near future. Johnny Rome says, thanks, XP will update the XY at some point. I don't know. I do believe, and I don't know this for sure, but I'm assuming there's going to be an update with the new coil. What will be updated? Will it just be to accommodate that coil for all the programs? Or will it be a real total rework of all the programs that are already on the DS2? And I don't know that yet. And we'll just have to wait and see. But again, the XP DS2 is a phenomenal machine. It's a great unmasker. It's great on the beach. It's lightweight. It's got all of those great things that you see with a premium machine. Being able to go dive with it, being able to use it in a bunch of different scenarios. The customization on it makes it so versatile. I mean, it's got a lot going for it. The Manicore, like I said, great machine as well. Good unmasker, beautiful screen, a lot of features, good customization, easy to use, lightweight, especially with that 9-inch coil, which is very thin. So again, they're neck and neck, and I've always said this, that they're neck and neck. I tend to lean a little more towards the DS2, but that Manicore is just, for the price that it's at right now, that's a great buy. I mean, just plain and simple. Isn't it, Michael?
It is. But like we said, we've compared both of them, and they're very close.
Right. And Brian Thomas is exactly right. And we've said this 100 times. I mean, how many times have we said all of these machines are great machines? I mean, they are super in so many different situations. Multi frequency has changed the game. Single frequency is good too. I mean, there are certain scenarios where single frequency works really, really well. But there's also a lot of scenarios where that multi frequency will just flat out beat that single frequency in some situations. And that's the beauty of multi frequency. It also allows you to be able to hunt on a saltwater beach and deal with the mineralization and those types of things, which I think is really, really good. So, but we have so many great selections right now. I mean, you think about the Nocta products that are out there with the score, the triple score, the legend. You think about what Garrett's done with the Vortex, and it's coming along. It's evolving very, very well. I think that you're going to see a lot of these machines, just continue to get better with each and every model that they release. I think that's all coming really, really soon. Let's go. Thank you, Johnny Rum. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys because everything that you guys say, it's like, gathering data for me to go back and maybe even talk to some of these companies and express what's going on and how our users are feeling and consumers are feeling here in the United States. And that's what I'm trying to do. Let's see here. Let's see. Trevor Van Horn says maybe the surprise from MindLab will be a massive overhaul on the man. And Michael and I just had that conversation. Do we think that the Manicore is going to get an update? It could. I don't know. What do you think, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. And Dan brings up a good point too on the Manicore. He said it needs to have where the wireless headphones come on when you turn the machine on. I agree with that. I do like
There's,
that feature.
well, look, there's something about all of these machines that we could nitpick to death. I mean, and
Right.
that's the good thing is that all of us on here know a lot of those things that we would like to see on these machines. So again, if you got suggestions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. And if I can talk to some of these companies or share some of the things that I'm hearing from you guys, I think that will help a little bit too. Johnny Rum says, "Love my Deus 2 build is so well done," and it is. It's a great, fantastic build on the Deus 2. CZ Digger says, "I told B I just could not depart." Right, it is. It's a great platform, and like I've said numerous times, when I'm going out hunting, I'm still going to pick up that Deus 2 before I pick up any of the other machines. It's not that I don't like the Manicore, but I love the Deus 2 for its lightweight ability. I love its unmasking capability. I love the wireless headphones, the wireless whole setup that it has. I mean, there's so many things that I love about the Deus 2, but I also like the Manicore for its screen and all the things that I just mentioned a few minutes ago. Um, Michael, what do you think about that? Tell people how you feel about both of those machines.
Well, but I like the screen on the Manicore. I like the layout. Um, there's the lightweight of the Deus too. The PWN tones, you do get a lot of information from it. I like the MindLab tones as well. Both of them, running that 9-inch coil, the weight is good on both of the machines. So I mean, it's whichever machine you like, whichever tones you like. That's
Right,
what I
and
would
it
say.
is, it is, and again, the Manicore tones and audio is totally different from the Deus 2 tones and audio. And of course, I've been using XP products since 2016. And I used that HF coil when it came out. I used the original Deus one. I've got the Deus one with the elliptical coil. I still have it. Love that HF coil. Really can hunt under power lines with no EMI interference at
Yeah,
all with that
yeah,
small elliptical. And there's a lot of good things out of XP products, but MindLab with this Manicore, and I think a lot of us, if we really sat down and started thinking about it, I think a lot of us, if we did the comparison between the Deus 2 and the Mind Lab Manicore, what we would see is that a lot of us would probably really like the idea of the screen. I think that's the big advantage of it versus the Deus 2 right now at this moment. Um, and then now it's, with the price that they got it set at, I think that's going to be something too that a lot of people are going to start to look at, you know, with that, if that price goes up 20%, then, and Mind Lab really doesn't go up, what's going to happen? Maybe Mind Lab does go up. I don't know, but that's going to be an interesting thing to see. Johnny Rum, thank you so much for the donation tonight. Remember, all donations go straight back into the channel, pays for the live stream, it pays for shipping on our giveaways, just does some extra things that we need to keep going and bringing you guys this content and bringing you guys this information. So, again, thank you so much, Johnny. I really appreciate that. Glove friendly, of course. Yes, we would love a glove friendly one. Joe Albano says currently using the 9-inch coil on the Deus 2. Great coil thing of buying the larger coil for bigger areas. What's your opinion on larger coil? Love the 11 and the 13. I'm just not sure that there's that much difference in depth with the 11 versus the 13. But the 13 does give you better coverage. So if you're going to do field hunting, you're not dealing with a lot of trash. But even if you are dealing with a lot of trash, Michael's seen me run that 13 and unmask stuff very, very well with that 13-inch coil. It is
Right.
a killer. Yeah, it is a killer. If I was running the 13, though, I will tell you this. I might, if you got WS6, I would put a WS6 just to lighten it up a little bit and run the 13. I do that on the beach. I'll run the WS6 and the 13-inch coil together to try to lighten it up just a little bit so I can cover more ground on the beach. But the 13-inch coil is a great coil. The 11 is really deep as well. I think just as deep as the 13. You got to remember when these guys are designing these machines, they originally designed them for an 11-inch coil. And
You
all
know,
the other things are just sort of afterthoughts. Go ahead, Michael.
the reactivity on these machines and the adjustments you can make on them, hunting with a larger coil and the iron, it's not as big of a deal as it used to be.
Yeah.
You can use a larger coil and do fine hunting in the iron.
Right. Johnny Rum
We saw
brought
that
up,
with the Manticore and with the Deus too.
we did. And Johnny Rum brings up the same thing. The 11-inch on the Deus 2 has amazing separation, and it does.
Yeah.
And how many times have we said that we love running the 11-inch coil, and we've got great separation. Some of my finds from early on last year, I was running that 11-inch coil, and I was just killing it with that 11-inch coil versus that 9. Detect Meister said it would be cheaper for me to take a holiday in the States and buy a Manicore than buying one here. There you
Wow.
go. Maybe you should come, Detect Meister. Come on and join us. CZ Digger says the 11-inch XP Deus coil is good coil as well. Yes, and the 13 does do very well. I like the 11. I think you can get by with the 11 if you just want a bigger coil. You don't want it to be quite so heavy. If you got the WS6 and you need to really cover a lot of big areas, then that 13 is going to be great for doing that. It just more coverage is the main thing with that coil. Plus, Michael, and you and I both know this, that coil is an elliptical coil of a 13-inch. So it's just got different properties about it, which I think help it in unmasking. What do you think about that?
Yeah, the elliptical style, I've always been a fan of the round, but as far as getting in tight areas, it's if you a double D coil, your detection zone is right down the middle, so an elliptical coil makes sense. The length down the middle on elliptical coil is where you get more depth.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you 100%. Says CZ Digger says, yep, you can get like a windshield wiper in fast mode with the 9-inch coil. I love the 9-inch coil. And Michael and I both love that coil for his size. Zapper says he's here. He's just being quiet. Well, Zapper, you can join in at any time. We're glad you're here and joining in with us we appreciate you being here tonight. Let's see here. Trevor Van Horn says, for sure, I always feels like I'm swinging too fast when I got the 9 inch on. And that happens with all those coils, especially if you went from 11 to a 9. All of a sudden, you got that thing on there and you're going like, oh my God, it just feels like I have nothing on there. And that happens for sure. 12th Colony Detecting says, longtime DS2 user, just picked up a Manicore and have been enjoying it, every bit of it equally so far, just waiting on Steve's rods to come in. Well, we've got something special that we're going to be doing real soon, and I'm not going to give this away, but we will have a couple of special guests coming on very, very soon. I will make this announcement, and hopefully it doesn't change. But we're going to have Debbie from Mind Lab coming on April the 25th on the Friday night show. We'll more than likely be doing some giveaways. So you definitely want to make sure you tune in for that. We're going to have another special guest, which we'll talk about later, or we'll talk about later on next week. That might be showing up for us too. So we've got some special guests planned coming up. So you guys definitely want to stay tuned, as we've got some great content coming to you guys for that. Let's see here. Scott Ellis says, as high as gold is now, it wouldn't take much to pay for any of them. That's right, because gold is over $3,000 an ounce right now.
Right.
Yeah.
We need to be gold paying it.
Yeah, we need to be out there beach detecting. But here's the thing, we just had this conversation a few minutes ago, but all these machines are so good on the beach. It used to be, you had to spend a ton of money to get a beach detector. Now, beach detecting is within anybody's price range.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. So, if there's any gold out there, the gold is under assault on these beaches by all of these metal detectors going out. I know I can't hardly find any gold on our beaches, but the gold is definitely under assault. Trevor Horn says, that anybody have much time swinging the M8 on the Manicore? Any luck? And I found a really nice find with the Manicore running the M8, and that was that Diplomat button, which I posted on the YouTube community. I was actually running the M8 coil when I found that button, and that's a 1795. That's one of the first U.S. Diplomat buttons ever made, and I dug that running the MindLab Manicore with the M8 coil, and was just ecstatic over it. The only thing I've seen with the M8 coil, and Michael can attest to this, and Dan can too, is that when you're running the M8 coil, you don't want to turn the sensitivity up too high on it. It tends to false a little bit more when you start turning it up too high. I usually run it around 18 on the sensitivity level, and I think Michael does the same thing. Michael, what do you think about the M8 coil?
Yeah, we ran it 18 to 20. I noticed that too. I mean, it separates very well. I hadn't had a lot of, experience running that coil. I've run the M9 a whole lot more, but I know I've used yours a few times, and it's lightweight. It's a great little coil.
Yeah, I like it. I just don't use it that much, I guess is what I meant to say. That 9-inch coil just does better. I mean, I
think it's actually lighter than
and it's lighter than the 8-inch elliptical coil. So the 9-inch coil for me is the coil that I'm going to use on that machine as well. But again, going back to the tariff thing, I know we've sort of wandered all over the place, but going back to the tariff thing, I don't know what these other companies are going to do, but I'm just going to encourage each and every one of you that if you are looking to buy a machine, I would buy a machine sooner than later, because I think that some of these companies are going to raise their prices. I know XP's done it. I look for Nocta maybe possibly raising theirs a little bit. I look for MindLab to possibly raise theirs, but I could be wrong. They may just bite the bullet on it for a little bit and hold out. I just don't know. But if I were looking to buy a machine, I think now's the time. What do you think about it, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, if you want a manicore, definitely now's the time. But
Right.
not that triple score deal, the $4.99 pack. That's an awesome deal. Still, I don't know if it. Who knows if it's going to go up or if it's going to stay the same.
Yeah, we just don't know. We don't know. And this is Mike Hiles' site, LMS Metal Detecting. Again, guys, if you're looking for a machine, you're looking for a Manicore. Again, they're $500 off. I've got that pulled up for you guys right now, and Mike can get you hooked up. And just let him know you saw it on here. And again, he can take care of you for sure. Brun Free says she runs at 18 and a recovery of 5, and that's probably about right. That's where we run ours too, Brun Free. CZ Digger says I had the 13-inch coil with XP 1. It is a coil that saw very little use, so I will most likely not buy one for the XP 2. Right, and again, it's got a specific use. I think it's really good out on the beach. If you need to cover a lot of ground, I think it's great there. If you're in an open field, I think it's great there. You got a big area you need to cover. I think that's where this coil shines the most, and that's its purpose for a lot of reasons. But here's Mike's site too, that's up on our screen right now, and you can see his information is scrolling across the bottom. He's got deals on a lot of those machines that we've talked about. He's got all the accessories for Mind Lab. You see it. He's got the XP 2. He's got all the Nocta products, the Legend, the AcuPoint. He's got all of those things that a lot of you are looking for.
So
New England wanted to know
what.
Right. So what's the price? It's $12.99 right now. But again, check with Mike. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Check with Mike and see what he can do for you. I don't know what he'll do, but let him know that you saw it on here. Check with him, and then you guys can negotiate. His number and all of his information is scrolling across the bottom right now. If you're interested in a Mind Lab Manicore, now is the time to buy at $12.99 because on April 30th that is going away. And we don't know what the price is going to be after April 30th. Right, Michael?
Yeah, that's right. We don't know if it's going to go back to the old price or if they're going to go up. Who knows?
Right. And Mason's Merc Metal Detecting's here. Glad to have him in with us tonight. Thank you for joining the show. We got 61 people in here, Michael, joining in. And we appreciate you guys being here with us. So, Michael, what are you thinking about this HF coil? We'll go ahead and talk about the Deus 2 for just a few minutes because I know some of you are real anxious about the Deus 2 coil. And what do you think? I mean, you think we're going to see this thing real soon, or you got any idea? What are you thinking?
I don't know. I was thinking sometime in April here, but with the tariffs and I don't know how far along they are with it. So, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it.
Right.
As far as time, when it's going to be released.
Right. And I've been telling everyone when Philippe comes on here, then that means that it's going to be close to being released. So again, you want to stay tuned to us. When y'all see us make that announcement, that means that it's getting very, very close to being released here in the United States. And again, we've talked about this Deus 2 coil all for the last how long?
Damien said it's a hoax.
It's a hoax. Damien thinks it's a hoax. It might, I don't think so. I don't think it's a hoax. But anyway, we're gonna see what's going to happen with that. And I think that's coming very, very soon. And we're just going to have to wait and be patient about it. I know a lot of you want that coil. I want that coil. Michael wants that coil. We all want it. But again, you want this coil to be right from XP. You don't want it to be something that is, not fully developed. Let me just put it that way. And we'll see what happens. Don't
I
tread
was
on.
really, I'm hoping for a update on full update on the software as well.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. Don't tread on me says Merrill is testing the new coil. Well, I don't know how much testing they're going to get out of poor old Merrill, but uh, I promise you this: when we get that coil, it will get tested. Won't it, Michael?
yeah, yeah, we'll put it through the paces.
We'll put it through its paces and we'll find out the real deal on that coil. And I'm excited about that coil. And, hopefully XP will put one in my hands very, very soon. And then I can maybe, as soon as they tell me I can, maybe I can start releasing some information about it if that happens. I just don't know at this point. So we're just going to have to wait and see. And I don't know. I don't know when XP is even going to ship them. I don't know when XP is going to release them to the US. I don't know any of that information. But as soon as they give us the green light and tell us, hey, this is what's happening, then we'll start letting you guys know. And again, all I can tell you at this point is be patient and just hang in there, and we'll see what happens. But again, we've got a lot of things going on. Looks like a lot of people are dropping off, Michael. So now might be the time to do the giveaway.
Yeah. What do you got for tonight?
Oh well, look, we were talking. We'll see. Let's see what happens. Let's see if everybody jumps back on when they find out there's a giveaway and we didn't do the giveaway. You know, they're probably sitting around.
Will Diggs has a good question. He said, "What's the best pinpointer?"
Best pinpointer. What do you think, Michael? That's a good question.
So I got a Garrett Carrot. I've got a MI6. Well, I got two MI6s. I got the Acupoint. And I really like that Nocta Acupoint.
Right.
But most time I use the MI6. What about you?
Right. I like. I'll tell you what I like. I like the MI6. And if it's going to be number two, I think it's a tie between the Garrett, and the only reason why the Garrett might be a little bit down lower is because of the batteries and
Right.
that kind of stuff. I just like the idea of being able to recharge it and so on. But I like the Nocta Acupoint, and the Garrett would be, it would be in that order. And I've used the Nocta Acupoint, which unfortunately I have lost mine. So I don't have it anymore. But Michael uses his a good bit. I know Surfside Dan uses his a good bit. But I really love my MI6, and that's what that's all you see me using for the most part. So XP MI6 pinpointer for me is hands down one of the best. And if you don't need the hook up to your speakers and to your headphones, then the MI4 is awesome too, and it's cheaper. I don't run the things through my headphones, so I like the MI4 too. I really don't need the MI6. The truth be known. Yes. And Surfside Dan says, yes, we have the best area to test metal detectors. We have miles of beach and plenty of plantations. Right.
Yeah.
And hopefully, XP will give me that opportunity to do that. And we'll see what happens there. And hopefully we can be one of the first over here in the United States to have it. Let's see here. Teshru's Digger says Garrett Carrot is the best, right? And the only thing is the batteries. I think that's the only thing with a lot of people. Ding and Dude says, yeah, number two is Garrett Carrot. Yeah, the good old Garrett Carrot. So a lot of people love that Garrett Carrot, and I love it
We
too.
may see an update to that. Who knows?
Right. So, yes, absolutely. The best time to hunt is after a rain shower. Michael, that would have been a good tip of the week.
Yeah, it would have been. We'll save that for next week.
Yeah, Texas Big use rechargeable batteries, definitely for sure. Yes, MI4 is $87. MI6 is $119. So yeah, there you go. There's our price look last night. There you go. Tech Point. I've never heard of the Tech Point. Have you used one of those?
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
They're Technetics.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Run Free says at the end of the day, the best detector is the one you have the most fun with. And that's so true. All right, Michael. So we brought up Garrett quite a few times. We've got one more giveaway from Garrett that we need to do. And before we do, let's just mention about the Vortex. The Vortex has come a long way. If you guys have not checked it out, go check a Vortex out. Garrett has been nice enough to send us a couple of giveaways that we're going to do tonight. So you guys that have hung out with us all this time, you're going to have the opportunity while all those other guys bailed on us here at the end. Oh, it's going back up all of a sudden, Michael. But we are going to do our giveaway, and it is going to be for a couple of nice Garrett products that Garrett was so nice and so generous to send to us to do our giveaways. And again, all of these giveaways and things that we do have to be mailed and shipped. So all those donations that some of you guys give all go into shipping and go into paying for the live stream. Just like I said, I mean, this isn't, I mean, it's not free, unfortunately. And so we have to do some of those things, and it does cost money. So again, I appreciate everyone hanging out with us tonight. But the Vortex is coming along really, really nice. If you haven't used one of those machines, you definitely want to check it out. And with all of the uncertainty in the market, Michael, why not look at a Vortex, a USA machine that maybe is not going to see a price increase possibly? So would be a good time to check out a Vortex. It does have the VX9 does have the 3-tier screen type deal where you can actually sort of tell where those targets are as far as the ferrous levels go, non-ferrous and ferrous. It's got some great data that you can gather from that. And then also too, it will it has definitely improved in a lot of ways. The screen is nice. The balance of the machine is nice. You can go check out our video. You can see this guy. This guy. I can't do it. I can't point. This guy over here. You can see him running the Vortex, digging relics and artifacts, and just having a ball. And of course, you can see me running the Vortex. And we had an unbelievable silver hunt, didn't we, Michael?
Yeah. What
Yeah.
was it? Probably less than an hour. You found 3 silver coins.
Yeah, 3 silver rosy, two silver rosies, and a 1944 silver quarter, all dug with the Vortex. Michael took it out on our plantation hunt the very next day, hunted with it, and he dug more relics and artifacts than he did with his Manicore and his Deus 2 running the Vortex. Did you not, buddy?
I did. I really did. It really surprised me.
He did. And again, I love just a couple of things about the Vortex, and then we'll do our giveaway. But I love these headphones. This MS6 headphones that I bought separately with the Vortex. And again, there's that beautiful screen on the Vortex. I'm hoping that they're going to release the new coil sizes because I'm really intrigued by the smaller coil size that's going to be coming with this machine. And I would love to get a hold of that elliptical coil as well. So, but we are going to do our giveaway, and we want you guys to be part of that. And Michael is super excited, aren't you, Michael?
Yeah.
Always excited.
I want to know what you're going to give away.
What's that?
So what are you going to give away?
I'm going to give away you. How about that? Can I give away you? You can come and help somebody.
Yeah, I'll go help
them. So, yes, small coils rule, says Craig Kine. Glad to have you in here. Trevor Van Horn says Vortex has a scorpion arm cuff like the man.
It does. It's very similar.
It is very, very similar. Brian, I always point at your shirt logo to point at Michael. Yeah, there we go.
No, you're the wrong way. Yeah, now you're right.
Ferris Grump had to figure that part out for me. Um, Greeny Meanie says Garrett seemed to run their sale longer than the email said. I'm pretty sure, right? So again, if USA machine, it might not. Well, we know it's not going to get hit with a tariff increase, so it might be a good time to look at a Vortex. And again, it's getting better. I can say that. Michael ran it. I've run it. I've used it. You can go watch any of my videos on the Vortex if you are interested. It's $5.99. Give Mike a call too if you're interested in that machine, and let him know Southern Relic Adventures sent you over, and he can get you hooked up as well with a Vortex. And so tonight's giveaway is for a Vortex hat, Garrett Vortex hat, nice hat. I love these hats, Michael, and I love the soft. I like that soft feel. I don't like the ones with the big mesh thing underneath it that makes it sit high up on your head, sort of like yours. You know how yours has got that in it, doesn't it?
I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one.
yes,
Yeah, it's sort of hard. Well, this is a soft. This is a very soft hat, and it sits low on your head, which I like
well,
that.
you got a little peanut head,
Yeah,
so
well, I got a little peanut head. I agree, but it's a low profile hat, and again, it looks really cool and it's different, and I really do like this hat. Let me grab the other thing, Michael, that we're going to give away from Garrett, and Garrett has a nice set of Garrett gloves that we're going to be giving away. So we're going to be giving away both of these tonight. A
the
vortex.
Tech Monster, I think it will. I mean, I don't know for sure. But he said, "Do you think the HF coil will be released in Europe first? Under the circumstances, probably, but I
I
don't
would
know."
I would think that, but
Yeah,
I'm not. I mean, I'm not going to say anything because I
right,
just
right. I don't
don't
know
know.
that. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, we don't know, and that's
I know the Deus 2 was released in Europe. Before we had it over here.
that's true. They got it first, and I think that's how this will play out. It might not. I don't know. And CZ Digger put up the peanut symbol. He's talking about my head. So again, they like Michael's hat. I like Michael's hat too.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yes, Greeny Meanie says, didn't they just have a dig stock surprise the HF was there? I don't know.
I'm not sure on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that either. I don't think. Well, I know XP won that dig stock, so I don't know about that one. We're up to 70 now, Michael. The Tech Meister, will you ship to the U.S. without a tariff fee? Well, see, that's the other thing. If I ship something to the U to Europe, I'm going to have to pay a tariff fee, right?
Right.
I don't know how that works. So, yes. Again, we got 73 on board for the giveaway tonight. And again, we got the Vortex hat and we got a pair of Vortex gloves. Now, the only size I have in the gloves is a medium. So if you got big hands, it might not work for you, but it might
Those
work.
gloves are nice. I like
Yeah,
those
they
gloves.
are very nice. And we may have somebody on here that's already won. But again, that's what we're going to be giving away. Yeah, Ricky Bennett says peanut head. That's right. I do. I'll admit it. My head's sort of slanted and sloped, and Michael's head is just sort of big and just tall.
Like a watermelon.
Yeah, it's a watermelon head. So, well, we can make fun of ourselves. Yes. So we appreciate that. Happy to pay the tariff to fellow U.S. friends. We love the U.S. And yeah, and hey, look, if my lab decides to ship from Australia, then maybe they won't have to deal with the tariff so much. I don't know. We'll see what happens, Brun Free. Stephen Dorfy's on here. He says, "Evening, gentlemen. Glad to have you in here, Stephen. And you're just in time for the giveaway." And we're going to do that right now, Michael. I'm trying to get this up real quick. So, hashtag. Oh, you're going to love this one, Michael. What do you think the giveaway thing should be?
Hashtag peanut.
Peanut. Hashtag watermelon. How about that? Watermelon versus peanut. That's what OC Beef Digger said. So let's put this up real quick. And we're going to share our screen, Michael. And let's see here. We got to stop sharing this one. And we're going to share this one. And ours is going to be hashtag tariff, Michael. MSPAG says he's already won the hat, and I have extra large hands, so I will sit this one out. Thank you, MSPAG. Appreciate that. Trevor Van Horn says, welcome to SRA, where your host, Peanut and Watermelon, will be coming to you live from the boat fields of the Carolinas. We have a ball. I appreciate you guys so much, and thank y'all for joining in. So far, we're not showing up yet, Michael. I might have to back out and reset it. But
yeah, because a lot of people have already put in. So
yeah, we'll get it. Let's see here.
Is it the way you got to put in?
I don't know. Who knows? This thing can be contrarian sometimes, but it will pick them up as long as they're spelling it right. And I didn't put a space between it. There we go.
It goes.
33. There we go. So we appreciate everyone being with us tonight. Again, check out one of our main sponsors, and that is Mr. Mike Howell from LMS Metal Detecting. Go check him out. Mike can get you hooked up with anything metal detecting related. And we've got a lot of people on here signing in. We got 35 that have signed up. We got 65 in here, so 30 people have not signed up. You definitely want to get in on this. Great set of gloves. Thank you so much, Tim, for joining and becoming a YouTube member. We appreciate you so much. Thanks for becoming a member. And remember, if you sign up for the membership, it does give you a badge. It does give you special insight to some of the things that we do. We do offer a monthly live stream, which we haven't done. We didn't do.
We need to do one.
Yeah, we got to do one, though. And I promise that's coming. And but I'm sort of waiting, and I'll be honest with you, I'm sort of waiting to see what happens with some of this stuff. And as soon as we can, we are going to have a live stream just for our members with some special giveaways that we're planning. So be patient with that, but that is coming. Sometimes I put up videos. Sometimes I send special content to those members. So those are some things that you can look forward to if you sign up for a membership. It also supports our channel. It supports what we do, pays for the shipping, pays for the live streams. This live stream right now is costing me over $50 just to do the live stream with StreamYard, which StreamYard's not cheap. And then again, when we ship our giveaways, that's not cheap either. It's going to be anywhere from $10 to $15 a lot of instances. So again, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Tim, for being a member. We appreciate you and glad to have you on board with Southern Relic Adventures. And we're waiting on some people to get signed in. We got 37 so far, Michael. 37. And again, yes, Brian Thomas, thank you so much. Hit that like button before you leave tonight. Make sure you hit that like button. We would greatly appreciate that. That helps with the algorithm, keeps us going. Stay tuned. We got special guests coming. Remember, I did tell you we are having Debbie from Mind Lab. We got another special guest. And maybe sometime soon, we're going to have Philippe. We have talked with Nocta about possibly coming on because they do have some announcements that are coming in May about their new machine. So she said that Delic would probably come on here with us when they release their new machine and talk about that and talk about what you can expect from Nocta. So a lot of that stuff is coming. So now's the time to sign up and be a member of Southern Relic Adventures and to subscribe to Southern Relic Adventures. as we're going to be bringing you guys a lot of that content in the near future.
Dan said postage is going up in July.
Yeah, well, that's not a shocker for sure.
I know.
Yes, not a shocker. Timothy Brown's in here. Says hashtag tariff, right? Yeah, Greeny Meanie says bye. I don't know if he means bye, he's leaving, or bye.
He made a comment earlier, and he looked
Yeah.
up.
If you win, you have to buy a Vortex.
Buy Vortex.
Yeah, there you go. Drummond the Tech says, thank you, Teach. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for being here tonight with us as well. James Owen says, I need someone to figure out the size of my quartz deposit. Oh, wow. Quartz usually means gold's nearby, if I'm not mistaken. So we got 40. We're going to give just a few more minutes, Michael, and then we'll do our drawing. Make sure everybody gets a chance to be in it. Digging Up New York's put his name in there. Timothy Brown's in here, put his name in there. We appreciate that. And we got a lot of people that have signed up for this giveaway. And it's been a good one, too. It's been a great show, Michael. I appreciate you taking your time tonight to join in with me and being a part of this. And again, we got some great and unbelievable people that come on here every night. And we appreciate you guys being here on a Friday night. You could be doing all kinds of things on a Friday night. And for you to spend your time with us really is special. And that means a lot to us. So thank you for taking your time tonight to join in. Trevor Van Horn says, coming to you live from Teaching Sasquatch. They've caught on to that. Thank you, Brian. We appreciate you so much. Thank you, Keegan. Always, buddy. We appreciate you. Always good hanging out. Again, that's what it is. We love to hang out, have fun with you guys, and always enjoyable. Right? We share some knowledge, share some information, do a couple of laughs, some giggles along the way, share some finds. That's what it's all about. Chris says, great show tonight. Appreciate that. Keegan says, great stream. Thank you so much. James Owen says, I sent you guys some pics of my quartz. Got my grinder back. Going to see me. We can pan some out. Oh, right. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I knew that quartz usually indicated that there was gold nearby. So, all right, Michael, it doesn't look like that 40's changed. So we're going to go ahead and do our drawing. Good luck to everyone tonight. Thank you again for being here. We're going to do our drawing, and then we will sign out. So stay tuned. Let's see what happens here, Michael. And here we go. Who is going to be the lucky winner tonight? Look there who it is. Mr. Digging Dude himself. Mr. Nexus himself has now won a pair of Garrett gloves and a beautiful Vortex hat. And Digging Dude, we will get that out to you this coming week. Congratulations and thanks for being part of the channel. Awesome guy to talk with. I have spoken with him before in the past. Just a super, super nice guy to deal with. And love hearing his information and things that he's finding up in New York. And we appreciate Digging Dude so much.
Now he's got to buy a Garrett.
Yep. That's it, Digging Dude. Go ahead. Get rid of that Nexus. Buy that Vortex right now, Digging Dude. Yes. Vortex all the way for Digging Dude. There he goes. Workman's Adventure says, great show, guys. That's right. He says, yes, you do. He started laughing. And way to go. Congratulations. Don't tread on me. And again, guys, we're holding strong, waiting on XP. So stay tuned for that. And again, we got a lot of stuff coming in the near future. I got a fantastic hunt that I have not posted yet, which you guys will see coming up really, really soon. We got some more stuff that we're going to be putting out with the MineLab Manicore. Since it is priced low right now, and a lot of you may be looking at it. So we're going to be putting out a little bit of content with the Manicore. Of course, we're always going to be using our Deus too. Ferris Grump, thank you so much, buddy. You are awesome and amazing as always. and we appreciate your support because that's what keeps us going. So thank you, buddy. We really appreciate that so much. Buzzsaw says always a great time with the show and all the info. And hopefully it was something that all of you guys can take with you and sort of share and do whatever. Next week we'll have another show. We might, and I don't know this for sure yet. I've been thinking about this, as I know next Friday is Good Friday. Some of you are going to be traveling. I've got family coming in. We might move our show to a different night for next week, but I will definitely keep you guys posted and let you know when that is going to occur. And got to make sure it's good with Michael and so on. But we're going to try to make sure we do get a show in next week at some point. And of course, next weekend is Easter weekend. I know a lot of you have a lot of things going on, and I know I do. So I'm trying to make sure I keep you guys in the loop. But we will definitely do that and make sure that we have that for you guys for next week. And I'm looking forward to
Thank
that.
you, Granny Manny.
Yeah, Greeny Meanie says, good luck on your turkey hunt. Digging Daryl, hope you're doing good, buddy. Hope that back is healing up very, very well.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Ferris Grump. And again, I appreciate the donation tonight. Good night. All's great hanging out with you all this evening. We appreciate you, Brian. Thank you for being here as well.
Sure
Buzzsaw, always a great time. Thank you. We appreciate you, Buzzsaw, as well. Old Pelon says hello, Bill. Brun Free says had fun. Thanks so much. We appreciate you, Brun Free. Take care. Greetings, mate, down in Australia. Right.
Right.
So appreciate you being with us tonight. Ohio Fred says great chat tonight. Thanks. We appreciate you, Ohio Fred. CZ Digger, appreciate you, buddy. Digging Daryl says book that trip to Branson, Michael. There you go.
Yeah, I was asking Daryl about Branson. I was thinking about going.
Right. Let's see here. Drummond to Texas, great stream. We appreciate that. And before you leave, like Trevor Van Horn says, smash that like button. We would appreciate that. Thank you so much, Trevor, for reminding everybody. Digging Dude, always, buddy. We appreciate you. Congratulations on your win tonight. Let's see here. Tim Wallingford, longtime watcher, first time subscriber. Well, we are
glad to have you, Tim.
Glad to have you, Tim. Thank you so much for joining in on the fun. And we're going to do our best to bring you some great content and some great information as we move forward as well. So thank you for being here, and we appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so, so much. All right, Michael. Well, I think that's a wrap. We still have 43 people in here. Maybe they think we're going to give something else away. We shot up to over 70 whenever they found out we were giving something away.
Well, that'll do it.
Well, you never know. You never know with us. You know, we sometimes hold out, a little bit, try to get these people to come and join, listen to us just rant and rave about stuff. But anyway, Michael, it's been fun. I appreciate you, buddy, as well. And I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your week. Get out there, find some amazing things this weekend. If you want to, share them with us at sransc@gmail.com. We will post that up there, Michael. There's the email, sransc@gmail.com, and we will share your finds. We had some great finds shared by Don't Tread on Me tonight. Y'all saw some finds that I made. So I always love sharing your finds for the guys that are members and subscribers on here. We love doing that to support you guys as well and show some of the amazing history and some of the amazing finds that you guys are finding out there. So appreciate that as well. Zapper says, I just like the info. It says, I don't play the giveaways. Well, you don't, yeah, but you got a little bit of both, right? And Trevor Van Horn says, this is the card table Friday night group for a lot of us. And that's the truth. That's the way I look at it. If I were playing cards, Michael.
Right.
Yeah. Michael had to quit playing cards. He was winning too much. The lucky rascal.
I played a few times in my life.
He says, and the chat. Right. And we appreciate that, Zapper. And thank you for being here. Detect Meister says, congratulations, Digging Dude. And we appreciate you, Detect Meister, tuning in all the way from Ireland, staying up late and joining in with us. And Digging Dude says it's the metal detecting happy hour. And that's the way we like to look at it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we should change it to Digging Deep happy hour.
Yeah.
What do you think? Will Digsit says, do you guys like XP Deus 2 Go Find app? And I've used it on occasion. It's really good for if you're going to be constantly going back to a site and you want to mark where you found those things. It's really good for that. That's where I see the benefit of it. But it's up to you. You got to hook it up to your phone, takes up space, however you want to do. But I do like the Go Find app for that reason, to help you sort of identify finds and for places that you will have the opportunity to go back to know exactly where you found things. And you can
Right.
start just mapping out a whole site using that Go Find app if you like that kind of stuff. So it is a good thing for sure. So, all right. Okay, well, we're going to check out of here. Thank you guys for joining in. We appreciate you. Remember, stay tuned. We'll make an announcement for what night we're going to do next week, as Friday night will probably be off the table, but we may do a Thursday or another night next week to sort of prepare for Easter week or Easter weekend. So stay tuned for that and make sure that you're tuned in to Southern Relic Adventures. Go check out all of our content on the channel. We got tons of great hunts. We got tons of great information. We got all kinds of things for all different skill levels too as well. So go check out our channel. Check out our main sponsor, LMS Metal Detecting. Mike's information is scrolling across the bottom. If you're looking for anything metal detecting related, we would appreciate you checking out Mike at LMS Metal Detecting. And again, thank you to Michael. Appreciate Michael for joining in. And we will catch you guys very, very soon. If you just now tuning in, we are signing off, but go check out the replay. It's always a great time on here. And you guys have a great and fantastic rest of your weekend. Take care. We'll catch you guys on our next adventure. We'll see you soon. Have a
Have a
good
good
night.
night, guys.
Have a good night.